comes through as the Orianna and Vladimir dropped off. LeBlanc banned away from Nisqy. That's what GoldenGlue played yesterday, but he's going to ban that one himself. And one final mid lane ban most likely to come through, as you otherwise have mirrored roles as bot lanes together and junglers are grabbed. So the final solo is going to come through. Gangplank banned off, Cloud9 to pick.
And the solo lane counter picks are going to be very important in this one. Generally speaking, Nisqy got a lot of counter picks last year, but Hauntzer is also a top laner who often really likes counter picks as well, and it's not like Licorice is a slouch in the top lane. He's arguably the best, usually top 2. So by locking in the Zoe, it's one of the more blind pickable mid laners, especially after we factor in the LeBlanc and Orianna bans that were happening in the second phase. So I like Cloud9's strategy there of getting Zoe in and then waiting to see what Licorice can counterpick with.
And we continue with more or less assassins. Diana's kind of only halfway there, but certainly an aggressive in-your-face champion for GoldenGlue. So starts season out against many people's actual favorite team for the split. C9 is #1 in some people's eyes and says, yeah, we're going to bring in the Diana. I'm going to keep playing aggressive against some of the very best players in the role. The farther she can move, so in her face you don't get one shot. And we are onto the rift, everybody. Let's go as Golden Guardians and Cloud9 face off at opposite ends of the table.
And definitely going into this game, Cloud9 come in as a really big favorite.
Yes.
A lot of analysts expected Cloud9 to beat Team Liquid, not because they're saying that Cloud9 is definitely better than Team Liquid, but because Team Liquid was playing with the substitute jungler and Surenfire. So even though it was a very impressive win for Cloud9, there's that mild asterisk next to it of course they beat Team Liquid with a sub. But if they can come out here and have a resounding victory against Golden Guardians, that would be a fairly powerful Week 1 statement.
Definitely agree. Golden Guardians played 100 Thieves close yesterday. It was kind of in the very end that it faltered, but they had gotten the soul. They'd gotten a lot right in the first 25 minutes. So certainly a reasonably strong team, and I am curious to see how Cloud9 stacks up against them. Meanwhile, on the Golden Guardians side, of course, this is their toughest opponent of the week. And if they hold up well, especially if they win, that's a great statement for them.
Yeah, and going back to Golden Guardians game against 100 Thieves, they had an early game invade strategy that worked very well. They were actually on the red side of the map, so they ended up invading actually this exact point, but they were just the other team. I want to see if he can do any type of jungle shutdown onto Blaber, because that was what gave them a big edge in the early game that allowed them to get the Dragon Soul and be close in that game. And from the looks of it, he is just doing early red side full clear, but we'll have to track that throughout the game.
All right, well, a soul dropped off the red buff, not claimed here by FBI. Didn't have time to go over and grab that one, but going to walk over to lane all the same as Nisqy pushes in early on. couple of CS picked up here by GoldenGlue as well, and it'll be definitely a fun matchup to watch for as Licorice already has pressure against Hauntzer. Bot side's fighting as well, and through the aftershock, Vulcan takes no damage. Keith with Guardian, because how are you going to trigger the stun in almost any reliable situation?
Absolutely tracking early jungle routes. It is a full clear red side for the Rek'Sai, and Blaber is doing the other fairly popular red buff to blue buff to Gromp. So both of those paths will hit level 3. Clear speed wise, you can see Rek'Sai wins it by just a little bit, but Blaber not far behind. And hey, maybe this is close to a full clear, but most likely just picking up blue and then trying to fight for the Scuttle.
Yeah, Scuttle going to spawn in a little bit post 3 minutes as top lane's being pushed in by Licorice. Hauntzer, the second one to level 2, going to grab what farm he can as the waves do push towards him. We'll see as the third waves die how close they all are in farm. Right now, Licorice actually on perfect CS so far. Last 2 to go. 18.
Oh.
And the full 19. Props to Licorice. Perfect CS the first 3 waves. Practice that yourself. Winning matchup. 0 gold dropped.
And now he's going to be able to get a ward that is likely going to see Rek'Sai.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty much perfect right there. Knowing that he has Blaber relatively close by over at Raptors, and because he's pushed in, is going to give Blaber at least early access onto the Scuttle Crab. Let's see how this plays out, though.
Fought for. Fight up for neither player, even though Blaber knows what's up, it's not going to matter. So, same 5 camps. Blaber checks. That's smart. It's okay, he's not there. Closer not going to be able to connect this whatsoever, and it's going to be a camp lead here for Blaber, with the only thing up to take right now for Closer is bottom Scuttle, the Krugs respawning, and that Gromp that he's ignoring.
Yeah, so mostly just trade of the early jungle camps. Had to track that because level 3 junglers are so powerful.
Ooh, big trade down here, but Keith has the gray health. He'll be fine, and of course, their junglers this side of the map. They know Lee Sin was top side, and that Closer's here first, so can't go any farther forward. Closer ties up that score for a short time. Top lane fight goes in, but it's 7 CS difference. Licorice so far has done a better job in this lane. Again, advantaged matchup.
Might see a dive bot.
Dive in the bot lane, dive in the top side, might be as well as Zven flashes away, but now, what else can they find as Vulcan does not have Aftershock available. Takes a couple of shots from the turret back, though. Roots Keith walks away, takes another shot from Aphelios, and they get away, burning only the one summoner spell down on the bottom side. Now a gank at the top side, the flash forward for the slow, but cannot land the Q, and Hauntzer might pull back Licorice. Doesn't quite get that, but still gets 2 turret shots in, and Hauntzer going to be safe up there.
Looked like about a 1/10 of a second before Licorice would die to that Aatrox W pulling him back in. Much narrower margins on that top lane dive as the junglers had kind of split between the top and the bottom side of the map. So higher chance of kill in the top lane, but also higher chance of failure, interestingly enough.
All right, well, TP's coming back into the top side there as Hauntzer does not get too worse off, and in fact, did lose his flash for the play. Blaber traded his for the honor, and top lane is pushing out. So Hauntzer must shove this in, and he must be, I guess, essentially available to a repeat gank because he doesn't have a way out now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this game kind of ends up breaking, because you generally don't see kills in the Tahm Kench lane. That's just what he does as a champion. The Camille Aatrox lane to me is what's highly volatile right now, so I generally like what Blaber has been doing. Being able to steal the first Gromp, getting his second Gromp, that's one of the jungle camps that had really not been diminished in value in the offseason, so that's the one you want to farm the most. So that's why you see Blaber at level 5 right now, not falling into that XP pit that a lot of junglers find themselves in early.
Looking now at the mid lane. GoldenGlue, though, not in range of any crowd control. Going to walk away pretty clean. Level 6 picked up there, jumps in. Does land the Drowsy, and the follow-through gonna be there as well. 1/3 HP gone, and now in towards Nisqy. The flash not gonna be found. Can they get the rest of his damage? Burns his own flash, gets a juggler, and GoldenGlue has to flash to stay away, just barely stays alive. And look how low the health bar is. Nisqy nearly dropped down. Summoner spells missing in a lot of places, but GoldenGlue can still TP back in. Not 6 for Closer, only level 4, can't get much done. Vulcan hits the Ocean Drake.
I really want to start the Drake. How do I get my jungler over here?
Well, see, he saw the Flycross announcement and said, look, if we kill an Ocean Drake, it's 10 trees. What if the Ocean Drake kills me? Is that more?
How many is that?
Loves Mother Nature, but now in the top side, another fight going in right there. Licorice does not get away from the cage. Needs to land a skill shot and has to flash away, but Closer is here. The minion wave gonna be pulling the aggro. Here
spooky.
comes round 2. Knockup gonna be found. He has the shield. Does he have the damage? Drops the CC, and that's first blood coming through to Closer.
And actually, Licorice ulting the Rek'Sai might have pushed Hauntzer out of turret range. So I thought at level 6 on Camille that could be a little dicey, but overall, great play by Hauntzer. I give him the credit for that one, hitting 6 first and getting the all-in on Licorice before he was able to hit 6 himself.
Well pulled on the gank, so first blood comes through. 600 gold earned on the other side of the map, though. Ocean Drake was claimed by Closer. GoldenGlue comes down in time to stop the red buff steal. Kill for a Drake.
Yep, and gold actually even, but that top lane matchup between Aatrox and Camille can be quite volatile. Going to kind of get a look at Blaber and Vulcan's support duo synergy if they're able to make a play. Every time the support is able to leave and match up with your jungler, I often see them kind of follow each other to the next play. But again, with that Tahm Kench being in the bottom lane, it is so hard to make anything happen. Yeah, so Licorice hit 6. So the way he tries to outplay this is he will try to ult something to invuln. He would need to ult right before the Rek'Sai unburrows for it to end up working, because then he would have been able to kind of avoid the knock-up, trap him in, and knock the Aatrox away. But once he got knocked up, the damage was pretty much done.
Not always out of that one anymore. Now Licorice gets rid of a ward. Hauntzer temporarily has the level lead up here, and the wave's in a good spot, keep in mind, right? He's got this wave freezing in front of his turret, and Hauntzer is losing every blue minion that dies. No gold, no XP, puts some deep wards down, so he is close to coming back. Right now he is not, and can start to play the lane yet again, but that can of course be quite dangerous for him. Top lane pushing back into GoldenGlue. Mid lane farm, by the way, is very Nisqy favorite. GoldenGlue has had to lose a lot of farm so far in this matchup. He's minus 14.
Yeah, I think about 2/3 of that is Nisqy versus GoldenGlue. Hard to tell without being able to watch the lane all the time. And then the other third is that Blaber has had good river control and generally good vision that has forced GoldenGlue to play more passively. I was just going to point out there's a big moment going on in that top lane if Hauntzer was going to keep that freeze, but Licorice ended up taking a calculated risk and actually pushed up to reset the wave. So now he's kind of out of the very dire situation and back to a split.
Still a level deficit, though, for him. Of course, TPs were down when that first kill happened up there, so had to sacrifice that wave or two. Team at done, though, means wave clear is here. Blaber and Closer spot each other. Lands a few decent damage. Knockup traded. Another fighting up in the side, but trying to get back over the rest of the teammates. But look, it's so much better for C9 so far. Blaber wins that fight. And look at the top side here as well. A shield comes through, and that's actually the snipe coming through, so FBI on the scoreboard now as well.
Yeah, for a second, I wasn't sure which team had Senna. And that was either going to be the Blaber saving play or the thing that makes it a 1v1. So good 1v1 play by Blaber right there. Actually, if you think about the total trade of objectives, it's a Senna ultimate, a teleport, and you get a 1-for-1. So probably worth it, but still, the overall game state does favor Golden Guardians right now because of the assist goal. Yeah, so able to actually get the Q to detonate before the knockup happens. That's one of the reasons Rek'Sai would be considered a counter, and then really just trying to go invulnerable for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Can't quite survive, though.
I do want a malign coordination. Maybe FBI couldn't have ulted. Maybe he wasn't 6 just yet, but that's the kind of fight you want the global ulti from, right? This is the Shen kind of play where it's you mash R and you save your teammate. You get the shield. I think even if Rek'Sai's untargetable, it'll still give it to him. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really friendly coding around that stuff, the teammate buffs. We've seen Sirach ult does this kind of stuff. I'm going to bet that's true. Either way, maybe Closer could have survived. Maybe you can malign FBI for the coordination or Closer for the coordination. Regardless, 1-for-1, and we are on the top side of the map yet again as Golden Guardians are attacking this side. They're going for Rift Herald. They're going to claim it no problem. We're a minute from the mountain break, and this is going to turn into 300 gold in one of the 2 lanes.
Yeah, so 10.5 minutes in, it's been pretty good for Golden Guardians when you consider the preseason expectations between these 2 teams where people are expecting Cloud9 to be massive favorites. I'm expecting Cloud9 to be massive favorites coming into this game, but now 2 kills to 1, not losing that top lane matchup as of yet, hitting the item power spike down bottom lane, at least of completing Man Immune, and wherever this Rift Herald goes to get the first few plays. Let's see if Golden Guardians can build off of this.
Well, hope they can. Right now, they are still slightly down in gold, plus the Ocean Drake. Regen is half decent. I ran the map a little while ago. If you're at about half HP, it roughly doubles your base health regen, is roughly what one Ocean Drake does. It changes based on the champion because your base health, that's roughly the numbers right there. Looking now at the fight up in the top side as Licorice has to run away. Ooh, the flash is how to stop the stun, and now you're running away under turret. They will not get anything more. This will be a pullback, though. This is gonna be enough. Huge play from Hauntzer sets it up.
Hauntzer and Closer making that top lane work as well. Both of the kills ended up going over to the Rek'Sai. Now Cloud9 would want to match something on the other side of the map, but look, they have 3 people down bot side. There's the Rift Herald summoned up top. That top turret's losing at least 4 plates, you gotta say.
TP is available, but can he survive if there's actually a 2v1 there? This is at least the 3rd plate.
You probably don't want to TP into that with your whole team showing bottom, so he's gonna TP close to it, and they're gonna try and defend it with Zoe.
Okay, so maybe 2v2. Fourth plate drops. Licorice comes in time. Doesn't get the gold on killing your trail, but that's still a lot of money cashed in. But that is traded again for the bottom side of the map. Mountain Drake now picked up for Cloud9. Bonus armor and MR. Now, there aren't a lot of true tanks in the squad, but now a potential repeat gank to Licorice. More knockup burns the ult. And it's still going to be a whole bunch of damage. Heals up. Hauntzer's at 5 HP. Close needs to land a Q. Senna gives them the shield. Will they regank? Can they come in? They actually pull back, and Licorice weathers the 1v2. And now Zven is here. Blaber's here. The flash follow. The kick. The red smites the damage. And how does Hauntzer get out? Yeah, the alcove mindset not going to be enough. He's on a ward. Zven grabs the kill, and Cloud9 turn the play around.
That's one where FBI really needed to ult earlier.
Yeah.
Because the dive wouldn't have gone so bad down the stretch, and it did end up as a disaster. You're giving Blaber that very valuable kill XP. That's really the way junglers can stay in the game in the mid to late game. Cloud9 have already kind of sacrificed a little bit to get those 2 Drakes, and they make up what the difference was in the top lane because of this play. So watching it one more time, actually misses the knockup on Rek'Sai. That delays it in the first place. Licorice does play it beautifully, but the Senna ult had been up this whole time, and he thinks, oh, now maybe I should go for it. No, you have to shoot it while he's distracted. Yep. Then he's already dead, but with him not dying to it, it gives time for Blaber to collapse down on the right of the screen, and Zven and Licorice to cut Hauntzer off in the alcoves. Pops the ult, just make it.
He's grabbed himself some gold. So now both these bot lane marksmen have been able to actually get topside kills. One to the global, one to teleport. But on the board, all the same. 300 gold difference. Cloud9 still leading, and they still have those first 2 Drakes. We are going to have Cloud Rift here. So if you get the soul, it's a bunch of bonus movement speed, but they're already halfway there.
Yeah, and kind of anecdotally, watching these games early, I've seen a good number of teams get the first 2 Drakes, but be down about 1,000 gold, and then they can't contest the third, right? Soul never becomes a big threat for them. This game had the potential to be going that way a little bit more before that top lane game happened. Now, because they've invested in those 2 early Drakes, huge head start to the Dragon Soul, and another thing they kind of have in their back pocket for the late game.
Scaling up, GoldenGlue going to go for top side turret. The plates are gone, but first turret gold is still there. Nice to notice he picks that one up and pushes the gold lead ahead for Golden Guardians, one of the first times all game. And the kills had otherwise been answered by CS. And GoldenGlue also remaining at -18, about where the scoreline was in the mid lane a while ago.
Yeah.
So he's equalized that lane and now has the side lane pressure. Golden Guardians very clearly have an exciting side lane. They've got a TP mid laner with Conqueror, should be winning the 1v1. We're out of Aegis BC, shouldn't be bursted out either. This is going to be a well-scaling Diana.
Yeah, and Golden Guardians is completely set up for a good 1-3-1, as you mentioned. Thing that you do to attack a 1-3-1, though, while those 2 guys are gone, we try and fight them in mid.
They find the root, quickly eaten on the side. FBI flash play now, the re-engage is going to be way too much for Keith. Does not have the way out. Never managed to be able to burn the flash. Drop seed goes.
Great play by C9 and a little bit of over-aggression by Golden Guardians. Both side lanes were pushing. Neither of them had their opponent against them. The mid lane needs to know that they need to pull back. That's a split push thing that ends up coming with experience. Cloud9 knew exactly where to attack at the start, get a kill, and probably a little bit of surge.
FBI multi-chunk out of that turret as well as we land on a single sniper Q. Yeah, right now, global range on that sniper offhand. Really powerful stuff there by the Aphelios. Got a lot of pressure there. Able to sustain back up, though, and Golden Guardian clears the wave, saves the turret. Right now, GoldenGlue and Nisqy kind of taking turns, trading waves. GoldenGlue was hoping maybe he would run forward. I think he was gone. That didn't happen. Stay about equal down there. Now Licorice. Hauntzer. Okay, not much of a fight.
Yeah, we'll see if they end up fighting. I think definitely Hauntzer will want to finish Black Cleaver before he goes for another all-in onto Licorice. Just kind of looking at the minimap and seeing what overall vision has been accumulated so far. Hauntzer's down there with basically no vision, so he's just in a farming pattern until it's done.
Nice bucket complete on the one side. Halfway there on the other here for Vulcan with the chain vest and inventory. Upgraded boots going to delay that pick up overall. But yeah, the dual lanes have gone to mid as is standard for pro play. Mid laners went top laners went bottom. 20 seconds on the Cloud Drake, and the difficulty now is that C9 do not have TPs available on really anyone.
Yeah.
Top lane really only catchable by Golden Guardians. We'll see if that becomes a pressure point at all. Right now it's not, though. They've all come down to the mid lane anyway. So top lane is languishing despite PP advantage. Big pick in towards Keith, gets the shield, just barely lives, but it's gonna be enough in the end anyway. The kill picked up the mid lane. Cloud9 continue to get some more kills, pushing forward. They're gonna get this turret as well.
And it just kind of keeps happening there where Hauntzer or GoldenGlue is off on a side wave, whereas C9 had gotten the push earlier and reset to made the next play. Like there is, in a like ideal world of split pushing, kind of a your turn, my turn mindset if the side laners aren't actually fighting. And every time it's C9's turn, they know it, and it's almost like Golden Guardians does it.
Yeah.
So they're in a position that allows C9 to make a play, and that's now 2 rotations in a row of the solo lane pushing the side wave to collapsing mid, where C9 has made something happen.
Well done, C9. Turret picked up, kill picked up, and their 3rd Drake in a row. Might have a 22.5 minute soul here into this one. Very early on, Cloud9 with a lot of control through the bottom lane. Just a little bit more river control, and honestly, all the Golden Guardians being put top side, so that Drake was never contested. Golden Guardians, I was mentioning top side, are gonna maybe try second Herald, but squad's coming over. They'll find a route to Blaber. Do they have the follow through? Not quite yet. FBI dropped the half HP, another anchor in towards this poor Keith on Kench. Kicked back with a ward hop. Nicely played by Blaber. Secures his own kill as well. 4-1-1.
That was actually such a big fight for C9 to be able to win, because if Golden Guardians get that Rift Herald, that allows them to try and break mid lane turret and contest the Dragon Soul. But now that the Rift Herald has actually gone to the other team, they're going to lose yet another outer turret, likely here in the top lane, and C9 will be set up for success as they go towards the Dragon Soul, whereas that was kind of, in my opinion, going to be Golden Guardians' last stand, was let's get this Rift Herald, let's get mid, and let's fight over the 4th Drake.
And they're going to run it down towards the top lane tier 2 as well. 3v0 out of 4th the account. Shelly over there. No one's going to be stopping them just yet. Licorice just easily over the wall, not interrupted in time. Clean disengage. Next turret goes down 3-1. The turret score. Turret answered the bottom side by Hauntzer split push, but the turrets that C9 kills still more valuable. That one's maybe countered well. That turret gonna do the rest of the damage. 3 turrets picked up in 1 push.
Wow, so I thought they're getting 1 with that Rift Herald top. 3 for 1, that's huge. Licorice is also in a pretty safe position, even though Golden Guardians is going for a play over on this side. We've seen a good amount of sloppy League of Legends in the first week preview.
Yes.
But Cloud9, at least from what we've observed, I feel like they've looked the best. Dignitas had 2 really good games, but there's a certain crispness with how C9 is playing out this game.
Yeah.
Even though something went mildly wrong in the top lane for Licorice earlier, right? Like he couldn't quite outplay some of those ganks. Like the timing that Blaber is collapsing on, the way they're playing the side waves, pushing when it's safe, making plays when it's time to reset, while also having this objective control, it looks like they're already in mid-season form. And it makes sense because Zven and Vulcan went to Korea before Christmas to duo queue. They hit, I'm not sure exactly what their peak was, but it was around 1,200 LP, right? They've been boot camping a bit more as a team. They've been practicing a lot, really trying to get everything together. And a lot of teams, for various reasons, weren't able or didn't do those things. So it really feels right now that Cloud9 is kind of ready, whereas a lot of these other teams are still working out a lot of stuff.
We'll see if they can catch up in time for, spring playoffs, something else. But yeah, right now Cloud9 look like the team to beat. 21 minutes in, they're on the edge of Cloud Soul already. Their gold lead is completely reasonable, and they're winning basically everywhere. Farm leads across all the lanes, and now, watch out for that one. Keith grabs a teammate, stays closer, out he goes, route towards Vulcan, and you can see Golden Guardians really unable to find their way into anything. Gank's topside worked, and then it stopped. Now's the anchor toss in. They're gonna find Keith, gonna find a whole lot of damage. Goodbye, Tahm. Kench cannot be saved by Senna. Mid lane tier 2, now under fire. The engage, and GoldenGlue sets up decently, but Azonia's Hourglass, the stopwatch, buys some time. Now Licorice over the top as well. The Golden Guardians cannot find a kill, but C9 sure can. 2 for 0.
And just another good fight by C9. They catch out Keith right away. It's what you do when you have the numbers advantage. Actually, you immediately focus the Tahm Kench because he's going to save whoever else you try and focus. The instant Golden Guardians try and counter-engage, like Blaber has great mechanics there, stop watching the Diana damage. And again, they just repel another play that Golden Guardians tried to make.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, you get there first. Like, GoldenGlue is always there.
Okay.
Second, or, okay, finally they got something back.
Closer goes Golden, gets shot though, gonna lose a lot of HP, gonna get rooted in place as well. Is their follow-through? Not just quite, but good damage all the same as they can try to clear the waves, and maybe Golden Guardians can try to push, but they're gonna let the wave get killed despite the 5v4.
Actually a massive pick if Golden Guardians capitalize on this. Look at the death timer, 20 seconds versus 16 seconds until this Cloud Drake comes up. Third and fourth Drake do have significantly more HP than first and second Drake, so it's harder to rush a potential Dragon Soul Drake, but really, like, Golden Guardians needs to be on Drake as it spawns. Otherwise, Nisqy's going to be able to walk.
He's going to start walking right now. Licorice grabs the blue, heads over. GoldenGlue had reset, finishes the Nashor's Tooth, and now they're going for it. And they will have GoldenGlue first. They had, I will give them benefit of the doubt, they did have the mid laner there first. If you go forward 5 seconds, GoldenGlue's there and Nisqy's not. Cloud9 knows that, and they say, you know what, we will back off. It did look a little weird, but I think Golden Guardians still made the right play. They grabbed the Cloud Drake, but now it's the attempt towards Baron. Now blue took it used. Golden Guardians know what's happening. They've got to get over there, though. It's still taking damage. It's really good damage out of Aphelios. Poke's back in line for Nisqy. Anger's comes forward. Nilsky does not find that engage, though. And now comes the re-engage. 4-target ultimate. Big knock up there. Keith is going to go down. Flash Force get away. And now Licorice on the side as well. Look for Hauntzer. Gets away from the cage. Now Vulcan in the front line still. They find the route towards GoldenGlue. Not a good way out. A double kill for the jungler. But third one picked up as well. Into the back line they go. They are cleaning house with a single death. The Buzzlight Ace is in there for Cloud9. And Baron is there for the taking.
What a decisive play there by Cloud9. There's a lot that can go wrong for a team rushing a Baron at 22 minutes, but they immediately pull off the instant they see an opportunity. And as you mentioned, just full ace on a Golden Guardian.
13-5, 5,000 gold lead. They get 6.5 as this one falls. Cloud9, will they wait 6 seconds? Will they stop DPS to give Blaber this buff? Looks like it, yeah. Zven stops autoing. 2-1-0. Baron picked up. Extra bits of coordination. Thank you, observers, for giving the visual medium of Blaber getting that Baron buff.
Good job waiting. And here you can see, right, they know that Golden Guardians was a little out of position, but they also know they have no vision. And the drowsy lands, trying to watch the rest of the fight. Like, Keith is trying to block for his team. This keeps happening 5 times now, where he's not able to get anything done. And, like, GoldenGlue thought he had the flame, but really, once the first pick happens, you just gotta bail from that one. Funneling in after all their cooldowns were down was not going to work for Golden Guardians. And Cloud9, especially with Zven having the flamethrower in that choke point, just totally destroyed them.
Perfect positioning for that one. Hauntzer couldn't really join at the beginning as well. Licorice found him out in the side lane, and now it's time for turrets to get dropped. 6-2 in turrets so far. We know top inhibitor is open, but bot lane has gold to be claimed. Still 2 minutes on the Baron power play as they can push in. That's going to be an easy turret kill yet again. The question is,
let's go for it.
This is the play.
They're really trying
Licorice
to fight.
isn't here right now. This is a small 5v4. If they go fast enough, they're going to try right now. This has to be the play for Golden Guardians. Ult's going to miss for Zven. Vulcan, very tanky, gets pulled in but pops the stone plate. He's going to die so slowly. Blaber forced over the wall. This could be a kill, but first Nisqy grabs the kill. Finally, one picked up there for FBI, but a 1-for-1. Only going to stop the bleeding. It's not going to turn the game around.
Yeah, there's still a minion wave barely dying in the mid lane, but that was a good play by Golden Guardians.
Yeah,
for sure. Getting the 2 teleports off, getting the 5v4, manufacturing an opportunity. Didn't go that great, though. They can do that play once every 5 minutes, and they get a 1-for-1 out of it. So 1-for-1 is good, and considering the game state, when you burn 2 TPs, that's maybe their last chance to make a play.
Yeah, 6-minute cooldown on teleport, and those buffs respawn faster than that. They won't have those for the next big play.
Yeah, I mean, you could see Zven was trying to get a route to help people escape, but because he missed that, everyone's just able to totally engage on Vulcan. Credit to Nisqy for sneaking that kill onto the jungler. We're going to be seeing a lot of that with the low experience on junglers because they're going to have low health pools. They are perfect targets for assassins in the mid game, and Nisqy knew exactly what to do.
Yeah. State right now, junglers are about equal level with the duo lanes. Under the solos, but not by terribly too much. But certainly, yeah, can be target, especially when your melee champion's going warrior. You've got 400 health added to the kit. Yeah, 2-out mage going to kill you a lot of the time. Majai's picked up for Nisqy here as well. He's ready to snowball. Run an area. We had seen Dark Harvest from Ica earlier.
We did.
It did win. I'm not sure Harvest was the reason.
Technically, it won, yeah.
It did.
Undefeated.
But looks like this Aerie is going to be undefeated for Nisqy here as well. So, you know, lots of viable keystones here in the LCS. Interesting pickup here for FBI, though, has gone Edge of Night. I do think lethality purchases are very good on Senna, and good to see a little bit of variation in terms of what you maybe really want.
Right. I'm of the opinion, I probably have some controversial Senna opinions.
Cool.
In a sense. I think Black Cleaver should be an item people build. I mentioned this during Countdown for people that missed that segment, but it applies 2 stacks on autos and on Q, so it's fairly quick to get nearly full effectiveness out of your Black Cleaver. CDR is incredibly valuable on Senna. One of the reasons that you are building lethality in the first place is because Senna doesn't actually scale that well off of other stats. You're getting attack damage from your souls, so by relation, building attack damage is slightly less valuable. Can't get attack speed, and her crit damage is nerfed because she gains crit from souls. So it's like any type utility or armor pen are kind of the best items. Between Ghostblade and Edge of Night, I just feel like they're both defensive purchases. One is a spell shield, which would be good for avoiding an initial CC. Ghostblade is good because it increases your mobility, so as far as the build's pros are going, totally fine with that. But I do want to see a Black Cleaver one of these days.
Maybe one day. Maybe we'll see it come right now, but not yet. Of course, right now we're going to see the rapid fire cannon come out, increase the targeting range, the auto attack, increase the targeting range of the Q. Soul is grabbed. Cloud9 gets that one 28 minutes in. Of course, they got one Drake taken away from them, but this time around, they're going to grab that one. Movement speed added, and they're ready to go in about a minute and a half when the Baron respawns here as well.
Yeah. I feel like this is potentially the weakest soul buff, although all of them are still relatively powerful. Zoe's able to proc this very frequently to become, you know, even more annoying. But overall, just if C9 gets a fight, they're going to be able to run down Golden Guardians and finish it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the power of Cloud Soul is really just the 10% move speed all the time.
Yeah.
I think people tunnel on like the, well, when Zoe ults, she doesn't need to move. It's like, no.
Yeah.
She's 10% faster all the time. Rotations, chase people down, ganks, getting away from ganks. Rotations, which I said twice now, but it's not important. That's just very good all the time. 10% more to move speed, a really big deal there. It's worth almost 40 move speed in all points in time. We're going to see now as they can push into the bottom side. Licorice kites away, doesn't get caught up too much, and they know it's a 4v3 on the other side of the map, and so Cloud9 run on forward. Vulcan anchors forward, looks for a play, looks for an ult, can't find someone, but it's okay. The midway's being pushed in, and until the recalls come through, it's a 3-turret pickup. Extra turret comes down, yep. Ult comes in for very little on the Zven. Blaber's here as well, has to be careful. Big root comes across, but there's no follow-up just yet. Poke comes in, turret nearly drops. They get that kill on the bottom side, though. They stayed for the tower dive. They stay with 3 on defense, and it works out for Golden Guardians. That's a nice play. They get bot lane tier 2 and a kill and some map control.
Nice job by Golden Guardians. They need these 2 solo lane melees to be able to make these plays throughout the game. Good defense right there. Like, it felt like Cloud9 was basically just waiting for Baron to spawn. They're going
this is so crucial.
Now.
He's going to catch Nisqy. Wasn't found by that blue trinket. Kites away. Stopwatch burn. This could be a 5v4. Can the team jump in time? And no. GoldenGlue's picked off. Now Vulcan buying a lot of time for Hauntzer to not get away. As here comes Zven with a ton of damage. And it's a 2-for-0 traded back. The rest of Golden Guardians, despite having a Tahm Kench ult, could not rejoin in time.
Yeah, they couldn't rejoin, and they couldn't go for Baron because Senna can't kill Baron that quickly. So while the one play was good for Golden Guardians to get the pick, because Cloud9 was able to run them down, now they get first try at what will be a 5-man Baron.
Gotta say, nice outplay by Nisqy, because that 1v1 looked a little bit tight, but with the stopwatch used, got his time over, got his team over, and now Closer is surrounded. He's sleeping on the job. He's trying to run away. It's probably not going to be enough. Wind skill coming through. You know what's going to happen. I don't see this guy getting away ever.
Stalling as much as he can.
There you go. Licorice grabs the kill. 20 golden. Triumph. Onto the Baron they go. 5v4, no jungler. Actually, 5v3, no jungler, and no top.
Yeah, mostly at this point, it's desperation plays by Golden Guardians. Closer was just trying to hope he could hide and go for some type of miracle steal. Diligent play by C9 is what runs him down.
17-7.
Yeah, I mean, watch this one more time. It's just like Licorice does get over-aggressive, and GoldenGlue is there the whole time. Lands his R, gets the root, and then really, Hauntzer just able to Aatrox him the rest of the way.
900 gold for the shutdown. It was pretty nice. Licorice like, yeah, Diana was there. Okay, you got me.
I'm sorry, guys.
But hey, you got the follow through from the squad. Half HP on Nisqy from Q Auto, right? That is the power of Duskblade RFC. Keep in mind that all energized items have 120 flat damage added on first hit, so you really do get that big chunk in the first auto to poke people down. And that's enough poke to slow down the push. Inhibitor's still gone, right? It's still a whole ton of map control. But hey, you can chunk people once in a while.
Yeah. Little surprised that this game hasn't been ended by Cloud9 yet. Yesterday, they finished off Team Liquid in 24 minutes. Golden Guardians has made a few of those desperation plays that have had enough success that they've stalled the game while not being able to turn it around. Think about the double TP play they did in the bottom lane, or even the side lane play where they killed Licorice. Those were things that delayed the game by short amounts of time. Now, though, with the Baron power play, having 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and an inhibitor down on the opposite side of the map, this could be a time for Cloud9 to try and make the play. But also note, double TP is up again for Golden Guardians. It's another time for them to try one of those plays.
Alrighty. Well, 80 seconds of Baron to Weather. 80 seconds to Elder Dragon spawns. It's going to be pretty much synced up.
Yeah, if we see a play, it's going to be probably a teleport onto that ward while they're pushing down bottom. But we'll see what happens.
Mid turret's gonna fall. Cannon shot. One more. Not quite gone. Good by Keith. Like he ate it. Toss it back out. Still goes down though. Mini pressure was enough. Open and hit in the mid lane now. Hauntzer tries to defend, but look at the lifesteal from Licorice. He will not be stopped. 2-level lead as well. And a Guardian Angel. Knocked up, but not quite the follow through. Mid inhib is now gone. Only one left standing. And here comes the rest of Cloud9. Look at the poke. Not gonna find it just yet, but here comes the re-engage. Close, gotta be careful. They're gonna find some decent damage to the back line. And here comes the ulti, buys a bit of time, but the push is already there. 1 for 0 for Cloud9. Pushing towards GoldenGlue now as well, who doesn't have a good way out. Has to flash to stay alive, but the anchor toss comes in for Vulcan. And I don't know if GoldenGlue can live long and prosper here. He drops right away. Zven is unstoppable. FBI forced to run away. Cloud9 will walk over the space, so the pull comes in. A root doesn't really matter here either, as they are going to clean house. 2 quick kills picked up, and Cloud9 going to end week 1 undefeated in the LCS.
There it is. They finally got the push together. You can see kind of an expected victory there for Zven and Vulcan, and maybe some mild frustration that it took until 33 minutes, but gives them the fist at the end, and that's really all you can ask for C9 from week 1, a 24-minute victory over TL, and then 33 minutes over Golden Guardians.
Yep, decent up-looking game. Again, props to Licorice for getting camped really hard and still doing a decent job. He ended up winning his 1v1s later on, even if they were a lot of 2v1s in the way. Sad to see Golden Guardians are kind of back to the old ways, 0-2 start. I do still like this roster. I like Closer, I like GoldenGlue. There's stuff there. FBI and Keith was the big question mark for us. Like, wow, can they even stack up? FBI, hey, he had a 4-1 game. Keith got picked off a lot.
Yeah, Keith 0-5-1, only picking up an assist in that final double TP fight. That is kind of what happens when you're on Tahm Kench and your team is getting caught out of position.
Yeah.
Because you're going out of position to save people.
Yep.
And then you're the one that ends up getting the death at the end of the day. But we do this kind of